Everything should be working. When your dashboard isn't working. Alright. There we go. Alright, what's going on, people of the internet? It's Ishto here. And as you can see, we're playing Halo Reach. Sadly, I want to say this, because I need to go back and look at this, and Kazu, if you see this before me, I'm going to see if our videos are able to be uploaded. But as you can tell by the title of the video, this is a Halo... This is what we want in Halo Infinite. Now, currently, right now, this is currently what I want, and along with a bunch of other people. As you can, holy good lord, as you can see what I'm probably going to be talking about here in a minute. Because I mention it in, like, a lot of my videos and whatever else. The things that we want in Halo Infinite. Right off the bat, I want to talk about specifically one thing that some people have asked for and a bunch of other people have asked for. And I'm going to talk about things that people want and things that people, need to not say they want taken out or whatever else, and what can be added in. If that made English sense. My brain is a little bit dead after making a few videos. The first topic of what we want, and for the new person who is, the voice of our community, I'd like to welcome you to the Halo community. If you've already been here, well, again, welcome. I don't know how long you've been here. It's nice to know that we have a voice for the community and someone that can actually, listen to us and, tell 343 what exactly we want. I'm thankful that position was opened up and that position was made due for consideration for the Halo community itself. Now, the thing that I want to talk about is playable elites and Forge, and a few other things that people have asked for. Currently right now I'm going to be talking about my forging wants and my other wants that I feel like would be great, along with gameplay mechanics that I feel like should come back that were in past Halo games but are no longer in this one. Now, with the first topic being Forge. One of the wants that the community wants, and like some of them say they need, is a big Forge canvas. Halo 5 Guardians has offered us 3 different Forge canvases during its time. And the biggest, well, 4 technically if we're counting Alpine, but I consider there to be only 3 because they are flat terrain and you can just build whatever you so please and want, and whatever your mind goes to. Well, there's technically 5 because of Parallax. I'm sorry, my brain. Depths, Parallax, Barrens, and Title with Alpine. All these maps all have a great idea, location, and design to it. They have good ideas for, building things and whatever else, the Forger has in their mind, or whatever type of artistic style they want to do to build a multiplayer map, some fun custom game, Infection, or whatever else. The thing that a lot of people have asked for years is for Forge World to come back. Now, Forge World, as we all know, came in 2010 with Halo Reach. Forge World was probably the largest Forge canvas that we have ever gotten with Halo, and it's something that a lot of people have always loved. It's one of those maps that a lot of people just kind of look back at and say, "Dang, I can't believe this was actually put on 360," because the world was able to contain multiple different maps. Whenever I first went into Forge, or in matchmaking, one of the things I did notice is that if you were on Sanctuary or Ascension, which is outside the map, I can't show you because we're trapped in the canyon in this community lobby that I'm in. There's these different areas that you can rebuild old Halo maps on. Currently, right now, we're in the canyon, where Blood Gulch has been remade many times and times again in multiple different Halo games, but in this time around, it was called Hemorrhage. Forge World has so many different uses. One of the big things that I loved about Forge World was the whole thing of just the story worlds, and just the maps people could build. The sculptures that I saw in the file browser with screenshots, whatever else. It was something that made me just look at and was like, dang, that's freaking amazing. One of my favorite custom games in Halo Reach was the Zombie Origin Story custom games. It was a constant different things of different story bits of maps that continued on throughout Forge World. It told a story of a zombie outbreak and survivors trying to survive until the end. It was one of those things that I always looked at and thought, well, dadgum, that's pretty awesome. But one of the things that upset me was, why did I never see anything like that on Halo 5? I've seen a few, but none of them will ever be as good as the Origins series that was on Halo Reach. The Origins series on Halo Reach had a specific design to it. It had its own unique look. On Halo 5, we can do some of the same things, but it's just not the same with the Forge canvases that we've been given. Because Forge World already had its own terrain. It had stories to tell in certain areas, and it just played perfectly for multiple different reasons. Halo 5, it can be done as well, but a lot of people don't do it because, well, I just don't think they feel like they can, or I don't feel like the forger who built the origin stories could actually do it on Halo 5. Forge World also had many different things like, well, my brain's dead. I'm sorry. DayZ maps. It was a battle royale version. It was the battle royale thing for Halo Reach custom games. The Halo Reach DayZ was interesting. It was a free-for-all where nobody spawned with weapons, and it was a modded thing that happened in the community. Nobody spawned with weapons, and everybody just played, played on a big, huge open map, did whatever. It was pretty cool. It was pretty entertaining. But one of the things that a lot of people don't really seem to know is that there's probably not one on Halo 5. Well, there probably is, but I don't really know where I was trying to go with that. My brain just kind of stopped working. The many reasons why we want Forge World back and why I want it back is the maps and memories that I've built for many years. I know I can recreate them if Forge World was to come back in Halo Infinite. But currently right now, remaking maps from Halo Reach on Halo 5 is not easy due to the fact that I cannot replicate a lot of the terrain that is here in Forge World. Also, Halo 5, everything is limited to a budget. Halo Infinite, I don't know what the budget will be, I don't know what the limits are. And hopefully, the worlds will be bigger than Baron's Alpine title, and, all the other big, giant blank Forge canvases. One of the things I will say right now is with the current Forge canvases, I don't think any of them are larger than Halo Reach is Forge World. Especially the fact that you could fly a Falcon extremely high up to where it looked like a black speck in the sky, and someone could just fall down forever until they hit the ground and die. It's one of those things that I miss about Halo Reach's Forge World, and I really wish it would come back. Now moving on to the next topic of things that we want in Halo Infinite. Currently right now, I had a friend of mine who just asked me what he was talking about. What he wants in Halo Infinite, Kazu. And the first point he made, this is me and him and a big community of people, this is what we want. To the voice of the community, 343 already knows that people want this, but what they don't know is how badly some people want it. Currently right now, I'm in a lobby full of elites, as you probably already saw. Hopefully you're watching, and hopefully, any other 343 employee who stumbles across this video, you see this as well to see what type of lobby I'm in. Currently right now, in the lobby that I'm in, is a Sankili community lobby. A lot of times in our community lobbies, we have clans fight each other or sword duel, and just have fun and just kind of socialize and, get to know each other a little bit more. The one thing that is missing in Halo 4 and 5 is, well, playable elites. As you notice, there's a lot of people in here that are playing as elites. Currently, right now, there's 2 different clans in here. Technically 3, because I'm assuming Core Velas is also a part of one as well. I could be wrong. The Sangheili community has existed for the longest time. It has been here since the beginning of Halo 2. My friend said on Discord, and I'm quoting is what he said, Titan Eyes, Kazu, the co-founder of Sakula Gaming, says this: playable, fully customizable elites. They were a mainstay in Halo 2, 3, and Reach, and each game they just got more gorgeous and scary at the same time. With the customization only improving on that, we, the community, don't need them in actual matchmaking, like Halo 2 and 3. Rather, adopt the system Halo Reach had, where there was Elite Slayer and Invasion. Also, the Halo 3 and Halo Reach Elite designs are the ones that we need. Well, I don't really agree with the last sentence that he said. I agree with the rest of it. The design that I would love and need in my life is the Halo 2 Anniversary Elite design. The Halo 2 Anniversary Elite design, and I cannot show this because I'm not that much of an advanced person with doing all this. Its design was perfect in my opinion. The elites were slim, they weren't too tall, they weren't too big. They were slim. They were a slim alien race, and they lived up to the name of what they were supposed to be. They were known as elites. When you think of an elite soldier, you think of someone who is perfectly fit, not extremely buff. You think of someone who can manage on their own and go out and do what they need to do. And that's one of the things that I liked about the elites. Halo 2 Anniversary elites. And I will say this, the reason why I want them back also is for machinimas. Many famous machinimas that I know of have wanted to go do stuff on Halo 4 and 5, but due to the lack of playable elites, they cannot continue on. One of my favorite machinimas is called Bloodline, a Halo Reach machinima that takes the story of a miner, a Sankili miner, who is within the Covenant. Their homeworld got a zealot monastery on their homeworld of Sankilios was found by humans and poisoned, and someone that he cared about very dearly was poisoned on Sankilios. The only way to find a cure was for him to become a zealot and go on a mission on his own to reclaim a cure to cure all of the Sankili that were poisoned during the human attack. I'm being asked to a sword duel, so give me a moment. And that was one of the machinimas that got taken away. And it makes me upset that it was taken away due to the fact that playable elites are no longer in the game. And he ended it because people on Halo Reach didn't want to keep playing a game that has been out for a very long time. He wanted people wanted to move on to Halo 5 because it was a new game. It was something new that people could go enjoy and people could go play, and it just had many different perks on it. I think one of the things that 343 didn't see, and if they were planning on putting playable elites, was the machinima makers. They did put in the machinima camera, but at the same time, it still does not fully fulfill the needs of the machinima community. Now, moving on to other things moving on to a number 2 point that my friend says that he wants. More ambitious game modes. We want stuff like Invasion, we want space combat, modes where we all spawn in Pelicans and Phantoms, Banshees versus Banshees, etc. Couple this... I don't know if I'm having a hard time reading this. Something like the voting system that was in the earlier games, Halo Reach 3, and you have a recipe for greatness. What I think he's saying is what he was wanting there, because I couldn't read that sentence. I didn't really understand it. Was he wants a voting system back, kind of like Halo Reach's or Halo 3. I prefer the Halo 3 voting system due to the fact that you can veto out something that you don't want to play. Like, if you don't want to play Capture the Flag, you don't have to play Capture the Flag. If you don't want to play this one thing, you don't have to play that one thing. It was something that the whole lobby could agree to. Do you want to play on this map? If you don't, then the whole lobby could come to an agreement not to play on that map, and it went on for a couple games. Well, for a few choices. You could veto, I think, 3 different maps, and then you would be forced to play whatever the game had set for you. So a veto system for Halo Infinite would be great, and I would love for that to go into the game, so that way people can, have more freedom to play what they want. And even though there is more freedom currently on MCC with the social game customization playlist thing. And for number 3, for what my friend wants, he wants a mysterious campaign. One that entices us. One that wraps us in the scenery. That doesn't look like a cartoon, in the parentheses, where we want to explore. And he said I can elaborate. By wanting to explore, and as 343 has done this in the Halo Infinite trailer, they showed off that they are building a world for people to explore. They showed in the trailer a mysterious thing, like, is this Halo? And they showed off a full graph and everything to show us how they were making the trailer and what they were planning on doing. And one of the things that I loved about the trailer was it reminded me of Comedy Evolved. Comedy Evolved had those areas that you could explore, and they were large enough for you to just roam around and do what you want. And it was just one of those things that was just kind of like, ooh, I can go here if I want to, or I can go here. You had a choice to make, especially in the second mission. I love the second mission because I could choose, do I want to go save this group of Marines or this group of Marines? Which one did I want to go to first? So I think that's one of the things that he was... So for elaborating, that's what he's wanting. Moving on to something, let me look in my Discord. It's something that someone has already talked about. I've already talked about this. Somebody's talking about wanting customizable armor for the elites. Yes, already touched on that, so we'll go into the next topic of gameplay. So for gameplay, for gameplay wise, is something I want. Ooh, okay, that's an armory. Gameplay wise, is something that I want to talk about. Is one of the gameplay mechanics that I want to return is the Halo Re. Oh my word, if I can speak. The Halo 3 sword. The Halo 3 energy sword and the Halo 3 shields is what I want to return due to the fact that I love having sword tournaments. Currently right now, as you can see in the lobby, there is some elites having a sword duel. They're fighting it out. They're having a little sword fight, and some people are just kind of interrupting it and kind of being rude or whatever else. And it's just something that I would want to come back. For those who don't know, in Halo 3, you could do a sword duel, and you could keep fighting and fighting and fighting until one of you got the correct blow. Even after your shields broke, you could still keep hitting each other without either of you dying. Any game in Halo 5, you still die if you clash your swords into the point where your health is no more. You will both die at the same time, and it is something that I dislike with the new sword dueling mechanics. Halo 3 had the perfect sword dueling mechanic and just the perfect shield system that made a little fun game mode that you could just do sword fighting. The way that a lot of people sword fought on the game was using the melee button. You could clash constantly. It would be a constant clash, 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 and people had to become creative. Could you strafe them? Could you move back away from them? Could you crouch underneath the blade? Because sometimes that would work to go as an advantage, because when you use the melee in that game, it did not lunge you like how it does in some other Halo games. And that's one of the things that I want to return, is that old classic style of sword fighting. It's something that I've been wanting for a long time. It's something that I've been wanting. I thought it was going to be in Halo 4 due to the fact that there was no health bar. But still in Halo 4, there was a problem where you were not allowed to, continuously sword fight to your heart's content until one of you or the other player was the victor. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is one of the things that people want is AIs in Forge. Everyone knows this. Everybody wants AIs. And I think it would be cool for machinimas. I think it'd be cool to have and I know that the people who've created Forge for Halo 5, they talked about wanting to have the same thing as well. And it's something that'd be really interesting to add into the game. It's something that I feel like would be pretty fun to just have. Make your own firefight, make your own, just campaign mission for custom game, and, make your own scenario. It would add a little bit more to Halo, and it adds something more for people to do, and it'd probably bring more people to Halo, and it would make good for a lot of things to just people enjoy and just have fun and do whatever else. Now, currently right now, I'm trying to think of something else because I just had something, and if it doesn't come back to me, then I'll end the video here. But most of the stuff I talked about is the things that the community wants. The community has been asking for a lot of things for a while, and a lot of times when we post stuff in the forums, we either get redirected to something else that isn't fully about what we want, and a lot of our comments can't always be read. Because I know for a fact that on the forums there's thousands and thousands and thousands of comments. I know there is moderators who read them. I know that that's their job, but I'm pretty sure they can't read every single comment. And if they can, then good job. I thank you for reading our stuff and seeing what we have to say. But the one thing about the community is that a lot of the things that we ask for doesn't seem to always come out, and one of the main things that people have been asking for, even when Halo 4 came out, was specifically just one of the things people keep asking for is for Sprint to go away. Sprint does not need to go away. I feel like it can be implemented. Halo Reach, it worked perfectly fine because it was an armor ability. The reason why it was used as an armor ability was due to the fact that that the Spartans in Halo Reach were Spartan 3s and not Spartan 2s. In the other Halo games, you're a Spartan 2 and you're always constantly sprinting, and that was kind of the lore behind it, I guess. But I think that's all I can think about with having to say what I want, what we want, and what I want, and just what everyone else wants. And I hope everyone can. I hope this gets to 343. I hope this gets to the voice of the community. Hope you can, say something, and hopefully in Halo Infinite we will see some of these things added to the game. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I talked about Forge World earlier, but I didn't talk about one of the biggest things that I would want with it to return. Forge World doesn't have to return only by itself. If it returned with more, that'd be pretty great. What I mean by more is that Forge World has a lot to offer, but one of the things that I would love for there to be in this game would there to be more to Forge World. There's complete and total ocean out in that direction of Forge World currently right now. If we were to add Alpine or some other map or some other new area that we don't know of, we then could just have more to explore and more to build, and people could build a lot of cool looking things. I feel like one of the things that I like to do, and for me wanting this, and for other people who probably want this as well, I build open world maps on Halo 5. My largest one was the St. Helios open world. There was 3 different locations to go to, look at, and explore. The whole rest of the map was just kind of empty, and it was just because Barrens was a flat desert area that I couldn't do much with due to the Halo 5's budget. With in Halo Infinite, if Forge World was to return, I could make something, and along with other people, they can make worlds for people to explore, things for people to have fun on, things for people to look at and just kind of be amazed. I think it would also be good for machinima people as well. I haven't seen a good Halo machinima in a very long time, and I feel like if I was to build something and a machinima person could use, I would want to be able to build it. One of the reasons why I want Forge World to come back is because there's so many places you can climb up to. As you can see, I just climbed up here. There's another place you can climb up to if you do this correctly. You can just jump up here and you can climb up around the map and explore even more. There's different places you can go to, and I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but it didn't really cross my mind because I've already talked about a lot of other stuff that I want and a lot of stuff other people want. Anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment and put what you want in the comment section down below, what you want in Halo Infinite and what you would like to see in the game. And I hope this goes to 343. I hope they see this, and I hope everyone else will, consider some of the things that people want and ask for. It's just one of the major things that I feel like has been missing from Halo for too long is playable elites. It's been a very long time. The last time we saw them was in 2010, and Halo Reach can only go so far. Its population is dropping. It is dropping. MCC is not gonna bring these guys there. As you can see, they're still playing Halo Reach because they have all these different armors and whatever else to use, and the budget on here and the world, and because Forge World is here and they can build whatever they want, they don't want to go to MCC, especially with Halo 2 Anniversary's Elite design. That's one of the reasons why they're currently playing this, and that's one of the reasons why we want playable elites back with the new design that 343 you created, the Halo 2 Anniversary campaign elite design, the slim ones. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to know when I upload, to know when I have something new to share. I'm planning on making a few Halo Reach videos because me and my friend Kazu, we were having fun. I'm going to be asking and begging my brother if I can use his capture card here soon, because I want to be able to actually upload content and not have bad audio in a lot of my videos, because I just listened to a few playbacks of audio. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next one.